So, as an agency, you have your own measures to protect you. But how about the businesses, the enterprises you deal with on a day-to-day basis? They are exposed, and their exposure could also be your exposure in a way. What is the story?
So at Ghana Enterprises Agency, really our mandate is to support and promote and strengthen the micro, small, and medium enterprises. And that's what we've been doing over the years. For a long time, cybersecurity had been a topic that for most of us, and even for me, was really looking at the larger companies or multinationals or certain financial institutions that would be targeted and hit. We hadn't looked at it closely as an institution supporting MSMEs. But one of the things that changed was COVID. And for a lot of us, I know this conversation has been going on for a long time, but COVID really changed the dynamics of everything. It changed the way we think, it changed the way we do business, it changed the way that our MSMEs were also doing business, either locally or internationally. And there's actually data and statistics from the United Nations that suggest that if businesses were not digitizing after COVID, then they were going to lose a lot of revenue and not going to be profitable. So if you look at women businesses specifically, it meant trillions of dollars being lost because they were not digitized as MSMEs. So immediately what that meant after COVID was to try to get a lot of the MSMEs to go online, to digitize their setup, to start selling online, because if you weren't selling, no one was going to buy from you, because we weren't moving around as much. And that really has stayed with a lot of the businesses and all of us. So over the years, the Ghana Enterprises Agency and various partners such as GIZ and even the MasterCard Foundation have designed interventions where we were getting SMEs, MSMEs online to start their businesses online, to go online and sell, to use digital tools even for their financial statements, for their finances. And that brought...
That's where the exposure is.
Exactly. That brought a lot of exposure to them, you know. And even using Momo and receiving funding from Momo or even selling there. So they now were vulnerable. They've become very vulnerable because they were exposed to a whole lot of elements that could really impact them. For us at the Ghana Enterprises Agency, if I tell you that cybersecurity has been #1 thing we're working with our MSMEs, I would be lying to you. But one of the things we did was to bring on board training programs and to train them on where some of these vulnerabilities will come from. Besides going online to market or sell or use the tools to strengthen your institution, you also have to be careful about what, which people you are accepting online to even be to buy from you, which data you were collecting, how do you protect that data as much as possible. So we've had initial trainings with them. For us, coming onto this platform and having this conversation is really also looking at how do we elevate that? How do we elevate the conversation? How do we bring on board more tools? How do we even get the MSMEs to really think about it? Because like I said, they'll say, oh, this small thing, you know, without realizing that it's not only about them, but it's also the people who are buying from them. And so how do we, and through these dialogues, come up with ways or build that relationship where that data, we're protecting that data, where we're working on that. But, you know, we also need to realize that there's also a lot of ways that data these days are being shared through the right to information. We have people, especially public institutions, where people come to you and ask for certain data without it even being on the technology platform and also on different things. So we need to really protect the citizens. For me, the MSMEs, and a whole lot is being done through education, through sensitization, but we need to take it a step further and figure out ways where we can build right partnerships to strengthen the MSMEs and where they are most vulnerable.